Here's something weird that happened to me. My electricity bill kept going up every single month, but nothing in my life changed. Same house, same routine, same devices. I didn't buy anything new. I wasn't home more, and yet the number just kept climbing. So I actually started digging into it, and what I found surprised me. It wasn't one big thing draining my bill. It was like 10 small invisible ones happening every single day that I'd completely normalized. And once I fixed just a few of them, my bill dropped noticeably. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what those were. Some of them you've probably heard before. A couple are genuinely underrated. And one of them, I promise, is something you did this morning without even thinking about it. But first, I want to reframe how you think about this. Most people approach this like, I just need to use less electricity. And that's not wrong, but it's also not the real problem. The real problem is waste. Electricity that's being used, but doing absolutely nothing for you. Because here's the truth. In most homes, a significant portion of the electricity bill isn't powering anything you're actively using. It's just leaking out, silently. And that's where we start. Phantom load, the bill you're paying for nothing. Have you ever turned off your TV, your console, your laptop, felt good about it, and gone to bed? Cool, but here's the thing. They weren't actually off. Most modern electronics stay in what's called standby mode, drawing power constantly, waiting for a signal. Your TV is listening. Your console is ready. Your charger is just sitting there, pulling current. This is called phantom load, or standby power. And according to the US Department of Energy, it can account for 5 to 10% of your total electricity bill. That's not nothing. That's money going out every single month for literally zero benefit. The fix? A simple power strip. Switch it off when you're done. One click, and that entire hidden drain disappears. The number one source of your bill and the mistake almost everyone makes. Okay, so phantom load is real, but it's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing, for most people, is heating and cooling. In the average home, HVACC accounts for nearly half of total energy use. Half. And here's the mistake people make constantly. They crank the AC lower, thinking it'll cool the room faster. It won't. Your AC cools at the same speed regardless of the temperature you set. A lower setting doesn't make it work faster, it just makes it run longer. And that longer runtime is what costs you. Research from the US Department of Energy shows that every single degree you adjust your thermostat can shift your energy bill by 3 to 5%. Every single degree. So instead of pushing the AC down, try raising it by 2 degrees and adding a fan. Fans use almost no electricity. A ceiling fan costs roughly a penny an hour to run. But they make the room feel up to 4 degrees cooler by moving air across your skin. Same comfort, meaningfully lower bill. The laundry habit that's silently costing you. Here's the one I promised earlier. The thing you probably did this morning. You did laundry. Or someone in your house did. Normal, right? Totally harmless. Except here's what most people don't know. About 90% of the energy a washing machine uses goes entirely toward heating the water. Not the spinning, not the actual cleaning, just heating water. That's a wild number. And it means every time you run a hot wash when you didn't need to, you're paying a premium for exactly nothing. Studies have shown that cold water cleans just as effectively as warm for the vast majority of everyday loads. The clothes come out the same, but your energy use for that cycle drops dramatically. Add to that, running full loads instead of half loads, and cutting back on the dryer when you can, and laundry alone can make a noticeable dent in your bill. Your fridge is working harder than it should be. Your fridge never gets a break. It runs every minute of every day, 365 days a year, which means the small habits around it compound constantly. Opening the door and standing there while you decide what you want, every second, cold air spills out and the system kicks on to compensate. Putting hot food directly in the fridge makes it work even harder, and overpacking it blocks airflow, forcing the compressor to run longer to maintain temperature. The ideal settings, around 3 to 5 degrees Celsius for the fridge and minus 18 degrees for the freezer. Colder than that doesn't preserve food better, it just uses more electricity. Small awareness, constant savings. Chargers, small but relentless. This one feels minor, and honestly, any single charger is. But leaving your phone plugged in after it hits 100%, your laptop adapter sitting in the wall all day, your tablet charger just existing in the outlet. These all draw a small amount of power continuously. Individual? Barely noticeable. Multiple devices. Every day, every week, it becomes a constant low level drain that never stops. Unplug when you're done. It takes 2 seconds. The invisible fight your AC is losing. Here's something most people never think about. Your home has gaps, small ones, around window frames, under doors, in the corners of rooms. And if your AC is running, that cold air is slowly seeping out while warm outside air seeps in. Your system then has to work harder and longer to maintain the temperature. You pay for it every month without ever knowing why. Sealing those gaps is one of the highest ROI things you can do. Weather stripping, draft stoppers, closing curtains properly. In summer, keep curtains closed on sun-facing windows to block heat. In winter, open them during the day to let sunlight warm the room naturally. This is the kind of change that doesn't feel like anything, but shows up clearly on your bill. Your water heater is probably set too high. Most people never touch their water heater settings. They just assume whatever it was set to when they moved in is correct. It's probably not. Many water heaters ship with a default of around 60 degrees Celsius or higher, well above what's actually needed for daily use. The US Department of Energy recommends 49 to 50 degrees Celsius, which is comfortable for showers and washing up, but uses significantly less energy to maintain. That one adjustment can reduce your water heating costs by up to 10%. Takes 30 seconds to change. Older appliances, the silent energy tax. If you have an older fridge, washing machine, or air conditioner, I mean really old, like 10 to 15 plus years, it might be costing you more than you realize. Energy efficiency standards have improved dramatically. Some older models use nearly double the electricity of current equivalents to do the exact same job. You don't need to replace everything tomorrow. But when something eventually needs replacing, making efficiency a priority in that decision will pay off for years. Timing. Same usage, lower cost. Last thing, and this one's genuinely underused. In many areas, electricity isn't a flat rate. It costs more during peak hours, usually mid-afternoon to early evening when demand is highest, and less at off-peak times like late night. If you can shift things like laundry, dishwasher cycles, or EV charging to after 9 or 10 p.m., you're using the exact same electricity. You're just buying it cheaper. Check with your provider. If you're on a time of use plan, this change alone can be meaningful. So here's the big picture. None of this is dramatic. No solar panels, no extreme lifestyle change, no sitting in the dark. It's just phantom load, thermostat habits, cold water laundry, fridge awareness, charger discipline, sealing your home, a water heater setting, and smart timing. Small things, but they're happening every single day, which means fixing them saves money every single day. Realistically, making even a handful of these changes can cut your electricity use by 10 to 30%. Same life, just less waste. If you want more of this, practical stuff that actually makes a difference, subscribe.